I've spent years hiking through remote forests, and I've seen plenty of strange things. But nothing compares to the night my friend walked into a lonely public restroom in the middle of nowhere and never came back. I've told this story only a handful of times because, honestly, most people don't believe it. If I hadn't been there myself, I probably wouldn't either. It happened 3 years ago. My friends and I had gone on a weekend hike through a forest that wasn't particularly famous. It was supposed to be an easy trail, but we made one wrong turn just before sunset. By the time we realized we were lost, darkness had already swallowed the entire forest. There was no phone signal. Our flashlight batteries were dying. Everything looked exactly the same. After wandering for nearly an hour, Rian suddenly stopped walking. "I seriously need a bathroom," he muttered, looking uncomfortable. We laughed. There wasn't a building for miles. The only option was finding a bush somewhere. Then Donnie pointed ahead. "Wait." At first, I thought it was another joke. But there it was. A small public restroom standing alone between the trees. It looked completely out of place. The walls were freshly painted. The floor around it was clean. A single yellow light above the entrance illuminated the surrounding fog. None of us understood how electricity was even reaching that place. As we got closer, I noticed faded red letters painted beside the entrance. "Enter alone. Do not look back if you hear your name." I remember staring at the warning longer than anyone else. Something about it didn't feel like a prank. Rian laughed anyway. "Guess I'll find out." Before any of us could stop him, he opened the door and stepped inside. The lock clicked. For a few seconds, nothing. Then we heard it. "Rian." The voice belonged to an old woman. Soft, weak, almost gentle. We all looked at each other. None of us had spoken. Then it came again. "Rian." Closer this time. Followed by the slow creak of a stall door opening. Creak. Nobody moved. I remember holding my breath. Then everything went silent again. A full minute passed. Then another. I finally walked to the door and knocked. "Rian." No answer. I knocked harder. Still nothing. The door slowly drifted open on its own. The restroom was empty. There was only one room inside. One sink. One toilet stall. No windows. No back door. Nowhere anyone could have gone. Rian was simply gone. Panic took over. Donnie grabbed my arm and yelled that we had to leave. I don't even remember deciding to run. We just did. We kept running until we stumbled onto a forest road just before sunrise. Search and rescue teams spent 2 days looking for Rian. Dogs, drones, volunteers. Nothing. No footprints. No torn clothing. No signs of a struggle. He had simply disappeared. When we described the restroom, one of the older forest rangers went completely silent. Finally, he said something I'll never forget. There used to be a public restroom in that area. It was demolished over 30 years ago. According to him, a caretaker had been found dead inside after repeatedly reporting that someone called his name every night. Locals eventually refused to go near the place. The building was torn down, but people still claimed to see it from time to time. Always after dark. Always when they were lost. I wish that had been the end of it. For months afterward, I kept dreaming about that restroom. Every dream was the same. The yellow light. The open door. Rian standing inside the stall, smiling at me. "Come on," he'd say. "There's room for one more." I always woke up before reaching the entrance. Until one night. I didn't. In the dream, I walked all the way to the door. Instead of going inside, I slammed it shut, locked it, and walked away. For the first time in months, I slept peacefully. The next morning, I found muddy footprints leading from my backyard to my bathroom door. They stopped there, as if whoever made them had gone inside, without ever coming back out. Even now, every night at exactly midnight, I hear my bathroom door creak open. Sometimes, just before I fall asleep, I hear an old woman's voice whisper my name. I never answer. And no matter what happens, I never look back.